Yeah! London. Planet Earth.
Alright, just take it from me.
Oh,
then.
say it, fam. No,
It's
say
okay.
it.
No, we took it from you. Planet
That's all
Earth.
right.
What's good?
Yeah. Can't take that from me though.
I can't. What we saying, fellas?
We're
Yeah.
good, man. What are you saying?
Nice. How we feeling, Max?
Very lively.
Love that.
Real
Love
good.
Feeling juiced up.
that. Welcome to another episode of Off the Fence.
You already know.
You know where you at.
You are now.
You are now.
You are now watching Masters at Work.
Jeez. You see
Yeah.
The BBC voices there. So yeah, quick disclaimer before we get into it, because you know the thing already. You may be offended. This is not a podcast for the easily offended, the faint of heart, all that kind of stuff. If you're carrying a child, this may make you break your waters, fam. It's gonna be a
Wow.
madness.
Wow.
No, honestly, it's one of them ones, isn't it?
Break your waters, you know.
It's one of them ones.
Sound like Chris Jericho.
No, like we don't actively try to
Yes, we
swear. No, we don't actually try to
try
swear.
to swear.
We have a swear jar, but obviously if one leaks out,
Shout out
It is what
hashtag
it
blame
is.
Sarah
yeah,
for paying up that money. You paid it up, baby.
100%.
I ain't seen that money yet.
Oh,
I
I
ain't seen
got
it.
to get. She gave me the money.
This guy's
true.
holding on
It's
to
true.
that
It's true.
£8, you know.
Some escrow business.
Nah,
What is
come.
this?
You know, man, trying to get interest off for that.
You already know.
It's like we guys shopping. We're gonna be flossing off of that still.
Already.
Did you pay up your £1 from the other day?
I did.
Nah, I
I did.
didn't, bro.
No, bro, I did. I'm not like that. I'm
Ah,
not like
cool.
that. 100%. I did.
Alright, we need more
I think-
guests
I think-
with
I
potty
think-
mouths. If you got a potty mouth, You're hired.
real, come through.
Yeah.
oh, by the way, you're not coming on unless you share it. Real talk. You're not. You need
Also-
to be sharing.
Also, we need to
Sharing's
see
caring.
proof of funds. So the same way if you're trying to buy a house,
Mad.
you need to see proof. We need
Yeah,
to
if
know
you're in
that
the
you
red,
got-
you're dead, fam.
Yeah, like honestly, bring money.
Man down.
Rum,
So-
pa pa pum.
So
You
Wow.
already know.
yeah,
Man said, oh,
Wow.
anything green get bun.
man,
What?
don't talk, man. Anyway,
Man took an L in
Well, took a V and V.
W&W.
But anyway, go
so
on.
yeah,
V's and V's. I wonder who V is. But yeah. I wonder how she's doing.
I'm just
No better.
I'm so tired. He should know better. He really should know better.
Alright, go on.
Pagans.
How did it go again?
So yeah, if you're offended, if you're easily offended, this is not the podcast for you.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
If you are offended, that's on you. We
Yeah.
can't offend you. You offend yourself.
Yeah, I think you should have the gist of it by now. I shouldn't have to say things,
Yeah.
but I might still
You know,
come back in future
no.
episodes.
I was waiting for it.
Now, the thing is, if you are listening to this episode
Yeah,
and you've listened to all of the other episodes prior to this one
yeah,
and you're still in your feelings,
yeah.
get a
Yeah.
life.
Kiki doesn't love you if you're still in your feelings. For
Kiki
real.
never loved you.
Your mum don't love you. Nice.
Whoa,
Kiki's all sleeping with your brother, and
mad Ryan Giggs.
yeah, them
Alright,
ones
cool.
there. Mad. So the topic for today, hot topic. Bear with me. I'm gonna get it up. So my phone. Pause.
Pause. Yes.
Um,
Pause.
So the topic for today is should culture. It's a tongue twister. So bear with. Should cultural appropriation be seen as an act of freedom of speech?
Oh, yes. I'm joking.
Oh,
I'm
Lord.
joking.
I was
I'm
about to
joking.
done the recording there, you know. Kick
Should-
man out
I'm
like
playing,
no.
I'm
Cultural
playing.
appropriation be considered what? Sorry.
Should it be seen as an act of freedom of speech? Because obviously there's freedom of speech. You should be able to say.
So
what
how
you
do
want.
you, man, feel if you are, let's say, Halloween just passed, yeah?
Yeah.
If somebody's on the train trying to replicate Samuel L. in Pulp Fiction and it's a white dude and they got blackface on, what are you saying?
I don't know.
Is that freedom of speech, though? Did they say
It is.
anything?
It's not freedom of speech.
Is it verbal?
Yeah, because
What-
what if they start reciting his lines from the movie? What are you saying?
So if I decide,
Next station.
Next station is the end of your journey. Nah, come.
Please depart.
mind the gap.
Yeah, for real.
One more time.
Please take all your belongings.
Exactly. Any suspicious belongings will be. Yeah, nah. So
Fam.
what are you saying?
Might
If
I
somebody-
kick to the face?
If
Yeah.
somebody comes in blackface,
Well, you cannot tell me that you're doing that,
No.
and I must let
But there's
you
Jamaicans bleaching.
get away with it because it's freedom of speech.
No, if I see someone in blackface, it's
There's a
long.
big difference between bleaching and
Is there?
blackface.
They're trying to be white or lighter. They're trying to be black.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then
Is me trying to get good credit, cultural appropriation? I'm just asking, like, is it?
No, you're actually dumb.
I
Get
think
out.
it's your domio day today.
I'm just saying, innit?
Oh my days.
Oh my gosh. Nah, for real. So, Mike, what are you saying? If somebody comes on the train with blackface, what are you
Honestly,
saying?
do you know what? This goes back to something we spoke about on the
Yeah, go
previous
on.
episode about violence.
Yeah. I jumped to the violence, you know.
We're there.
If I was on a train and I saw somebody walk on with blackface,
Yeah.
I think I would want to ignore it first. I would want to.
Until you were provoked.
Yes.
So if they were like, say for instance, they went as Black Panther and they're like, the spirit of the Black Panther will be stripped away.
You know what? I think I might want to laugh. You know.
You saw what happened to Mbaku, innit? Regin. No.
So at what point do you,
know
think,
what?
will you feel
Okay,
offended
do you know what the
then?
problem is? Yeah. You see, for me, I feel like nowadays the race card or the racial card is used like all the time for no reason.
That's
Do
all
you know
in
what I
the
mean?
deck, bruv. That's all in the deck. But blackface is sensitive for me. I'm not gonna lie, it is sensitive.
Yeah, but are you gonna act crazy straight away?
I might, because if you come on and like, for instance, if you come on
No,
and
but
you
if
make,
they came on, they sat down, not next to you.
but you gotta
they
make.
sat down.
If you look at me knowing I'm black and you've got shoe polish on your face,
But I'm saying,
Bro.
if they got on the train, they sat down, minding their own business,
yeah,
wasn't speaking to nobody.
yeah.
Would you get up out of your seat to then go and approach them?
No, I probably wouldn't get out of my way.
If
but
it's
That's my thing.
you
if
know
there's
what?
eye contact, or if like they try to
If they look
Like,
at me,
turn
and
it
give me
into a
the,
bank.
you know the universal brother nod.
yeah.
I'm gonna slap that black face off you, bro.
I said the universal brother nod. It's true. When you see another black person, if
No,
you're
on
like,
the real though, all the black guys listening, if you are traveling anywhere in the world and you see another black man, you're supposed to give your brother the nod.
exactly,
It's normal.
straight.
It's normal.
straight.
If no, because that's like, to be fair, that's the same as when I was being served in Lidl's.
Mm.
I think a couple months ago,
What, locally?
locally,
Yeah.
and the guy was talking normally to the person before he saw me. He was like, "Wagwan," and I was like, "Nah,
And
you
he was
know
white.
what?
He was
I'm
white.
not even running." Yeah, of course he was white. I wasn't even running with it. I looked at Steph. I looked at the missus, and I was like, I'm not even sure. Like, to be honest with you, that right there doesn't need to
He
run.
might be
flip the
Jamaican
script.
though.
But he
You should've
wasn't
flipped the
Jamaican
script. You should've been
because
like, oh,
You
you're
don't
right,
know
mate.
that.
because the accent before was not Jamaican, bro.
That's fine, bro. He could be a good actor.
So if he was speaking like this, he was like, "Oh yeah, thank you for your service," before, and then it came to me, "Yo, wagwan, brethren." Nah, bruv, come off of it now. Like, you don't need to extra blacken it up,
Man's
bruv.
just adapting to his surroundings.
Nah,
Nah, move, man. Nah, get out.
That's how I feel sometimes when you do your Jamaican accent, bruv. Like, nah.
Have you never caught yourself doing it to white people?
What, Jamaican accent?
No,
No, Cockney. Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
It happens.
You've heard the podcast.
You're right, mate.
But no, I don't do
Yeah.
it. No, not to white people, because I feel like
I
they
do it.
will. Do you?
Yeah, like if I'm around.
You're right,
certain-
Gaffer.
Yeah,
How you
like-
doing, fella? How you
like, I
doing?
might link up with the man. I'm like, yo, what's good, fam? Blah blah blah. You good? You right, mate? What's happening? When as soon as I seen the white dude, you know what I mean?
No, I
It's
wouldn't do
different.
it. Me personally, because I know, because that you're at the other end of the spectrum then, because then it's like they could feel like you're taking the piss, bruv. And I don't want to do that. I wouldn't do that to anyone. Like, I could easily talk in that Cockney accent. I've been around enough people to know. How you doing, fella? How you doing? Oh, you all like the 6s and 7s? Are you? Oh, you confused, are you? But I don't want to do that because it's long. Like,
See, I don't ever go to that extent. Don't get twisted. Like, I will maybe throw out a mate here and there. But, yeah, like, I don't ever go to that extent to be like, yeah, you're right, mate. Like, how's it?
Yeah.
No. Like, the thing is,
Stellas and wife
I
beaters,
can
mate.
more-
Stellas and wife beaters.
the thing is, I can more justify it because I used to work in the garage. So I was around, like, it's like if so for example, when White Yardie first come out, were you offended?
No, but see, I knew of him before he came out.
Okay. See,
So
I
I know that he's an actual yard man.
I didn't know that.
Okay.
Do you understand? But when, like, for example, if I'm in Jamaica and you go to the shop and it's a Chinese man in the shop and like, yeah, what?
Yeah.
You understand, well, you're in Jamaica. Obviously,
Yeah.
you're going to speak Jamaican. So if I'm in an environment where I'm around Cockney all the time, you're going to pick it up. Like, I used to swear a lot because I was in that kind of environment. So you can kind of justify it. But don't put it on. Like, if you went to a school in Shirley and like you've worked in Tesco Express up there for your entire life, we're not blood.
Maybe listen to Skepta.
Pardon?
So is blackface ever okay?
Never. Unless you literally fell over and your face fell in shoe polish or you've been cleaning chimneys, don't put that stuff on your face.
Them Oliver Twist ones.
Man, took that. My God. My God.
Please, sir.
No, it's
Blackface is never okay. But there's
it's
some
never
things on
okay.
our side that are never okay too.
What would you do if
The reason why I
one of your
think it's
white
different.
friends did it?
The reason why I
Nah.
think it's different, yeah.
Because you would understand my whole stance on it. So like, if one of my white friends was to do blackface, I'd say to them, "This isn't the move right here. This isn't it, chief." And I'm going to tell you exactly why. I'd give them a history lesson as to why.
Because you don't want this big fella.
Because like, I don't know if any of you ever seen a program that used to be on BBC One called Love Thy Neighbor.
No.
It was before our time, but I saw it one time, yeah. Bro, the racism that used to exist, casual racism that used to exist on that show.
know.
They used to be like, he'd be like, "Oh, do you want some crisps?" I don't know, he doesn't want some crisps. He wants some monkey nuts, doesn't he? The fella. Like, bro, it was wild.
Wow.
It was wild. And to know that they impersonated stuff like that, and then you're bringing it to this day and age, and you know how I feel about certain things.
But the thing is,
Nah.
that's the thing that you need to keep in your mind when it comes to like seeking support in these situations from people in certain hierarchies. You're not gonna get it, bro. Slavery was legal. It was legit. You weren't breaking no laws, fam. They were on the side of the master, like, yeah. How many you got? You got 6. Raw, that's sick, man. What'd you do? Where'd you keep them? They fight. Like, it was legal. So of course, them kind of things on TV, it's nothing.
But I'm
It's
saying
nothing
in
back then.
2018, blackface is something that's just, it's a sore subject, man. You can't be doing. What do you think?
100%.
Well, blackface, I
Yeah.
think it's strong, man.
But what do you think about butt injections and stuff like that? Because you know that Kim K magazine cover where she had the champagne and she had the glass on the back.
Yeah,
That
there
was-
was
yeah,
another
Yeah,
model that had done that before.
yeah.
Do you know what it is? You see, with the whole butt injections and body and enhancements, I'm like, I can't tell a woman how to live her life. So if that's what you want to do, then go ahead and do
I
it.
can tell my woman how to live her
No,
life.
of course. Well, you can give her advice.
Yeah.
Whoever she listens
For
to.
real, that was a bit like,
You
you
know
can't
what I
tell
mean?
my woman.
You know what I
She's
mean?
my property.
But
Nah.
it all depends on the field that they're in. Because when somebody
Like cotton.
when somebody like a Kim K does it, and then she wants to braid her hair, and then she's put in the magazine and it's like, okay, she came out with this hairstyle. No, like,
Nah.
we've been doing cornrows and cameras from
Yeah.
Wade.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Why you know?
Stuff like that. That's you know what I mean.
Yes.
But if it's just a regular girl that's not in no field and she wants to go do that, I wouldn't see it as, I wouldn't see anything wrong with it.
So what do you think about butt injections?
I think it's like it's
More cushion for the pushing.
Nah, fam, just do squats. Like, what's the problem? I don't understand that stuff. Like there was, I watched a program.
Some squats can't do that much, man.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like just like there's levels. Like,
Nikki will still look like a polo if she was still trying to do squats.
Yeah, but trust me.
She wouldn't have the McGann. No, because you get
the
the,
guy. She was like a Bug's Life. That's what they be looking at. Or is it ants? No, it's Bug's Life, isn't it?
yes.
Bruv.
No, but when you get the injections, you get that McGann, that
Fam,
McGann look.
The problem I have with it, is one, it looks horrible. Like when it's one of them things. It looks good from far, but far from good. So from a distance, you're like raw, but don't like it's wavy. As soon as you see the transition from bottom to thigh, you're like, what happened?
Yeah.
Like it looks wrong.
Like a bee sting.
Yeah, like it looks swollen. Literally, it looks like it looks sickly. Like
Each to their own.
go Miami, bruv. Go Miami and see the stuff at bruv. It's sickening.
But we as men have glorified that though.
No. But I think I agree with you.
We have.
But I think we need to rein it in now and start glorifying natural stuff.
It's too late.
Because
It's too late because you know what it is? It's not that it's too late. It's that the people that are in power are not doing enough to bring it back. Do you know what I mean? And the only time I will see it is what is it we're talking about again?
Right, you probably forgot mid-thought.
Mad.
We're talking about backs and
No,
talking about
the
genetically
actual
modified.
Cultural
No,
appropriation.
There we
Cultural
go.
appropriation.
Yeah. Is it again for me? It depends on the field that you're in. So, for example, if you have a white stripper that goes and gets all of this done just so she can take the leading role in every single music video, then I'm looking at it like you're doing too much. Like, why can't you just have a natural black woman that has that shape be the lead role?
What,
Do
she
you know
wants
what I
to
mean?
get paid?
But then if it's just a regular girl that's outside the field and she's just doing it for herself and she's not trying to take nobody's spotlight.
I don't know. I think yeah, it just doesn't sit right with me still.
So what about the whole, like going back to the blackface thing and the whole monkey thing?
The way you leaned up, I thought you was gonna poop. You know, I was
Wow.
about to punch you in your spine. You know
How
when
d-
someone lifts up the cheek, like yeah, I'm gonna let one
Wow,
one
mad.
loose.
Flames.
Fam.
How did you lot take the whole H&M thing? Because I feel like I was the only one that was on the other side of this.
What? Like you didn't mind it?
Not that I didn't mind it, just that I didn't see it as deep as everybody else.
I think the problem is, yeah.
And the reason
gonna
why
let
I
you
say
speak- I'ma
that,
let you
no,
speak
the
on
reason why I
this.
say that is because I've been around like parents of all backgrounds, like races,
So you've been around monkeys in the jungle.
call their children like animals, like
Yeah, like little
you're
monkeys.
mon-
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
100%.
I get, obviously, I understand them getting a black boy to model it. Didn't really, it
Like,
doesn't look good.
The thing is, that's what I mean. Like if
The mum allowed it.
no, 100%. But the mum's an idiot.
Okay, of course. No,
but
of course.
common sense, fam. Common sense. And
Common sense would. Okay, so but if it was a,
common sense will tell you.
should have had the white boy wearing that jumper and had the black boy wearing something else.
Yeah, common sense will tell you. As someone like as a business owner, fam. Common sense will tell you there's certain things that you need to look at from a broader perspective and think, you know what, this may be construed wrong.
Of course.
So for you to be big H&M and no one within that chain of from concept of idea to this is now in the catalogue or online,
You can nod
for,
your head all
for
you
someone
want.
for no one within that chain of approval, because it's not like a thing of okay.
No, of course
just
it
on
has
the
to go
laptop.
through about 5 different heads before it gets
So
declared.
none of those 5
I get
heads
that.
thought, you know what, this may be taken wrong. Maybe we should rethink this. And you think it okay to
They
go
probably
out?
did think. So somebody may have thought, oh, you know what, people look at this wrong, but they thought, like,
Cowards. Cowards, I say. They're cowards.
oh,
Because
blame
imagine,
the
no,
mum.
because
Blame the
imagine
mum.
it's a Chinese kid.
Blame the
that
mum.
It says send nudes and it's
Blame the mum.
nudes spelled NOODS instead
Blame
of noodles.
Why don't you blame the mum? Why no one blaming
No,
the
but
mum?
I cussed the mum as well. Because the thing is, when she tried to defend it, she's like, "Oh
Well,
no,
mum,
it
go
wasn't
get
seen
that bag,
way.
B.
It wasn't seen that way." And even that, I don't even
Go
like
get the
that
bag.
stuff.
Go get the bag.
Nah, fam. I don't
Go
even
get
like
your
that.
bag.
Go
You know
get-
your son ain't no monkey. Go get
a
that
better
bag.
job. Go get a better job, so you don't need that bag from H&M.
Well, maybe this is the best you could get.
No, that's I don't believe in that. Like,
Oh.
there's never the best you can get. I don't believe in that. I'm
Do
sorry.
you think?
Not even Gillette.
Do you think black people do enough to? Do you think we can stop cultural appropriation?
Yes, of course. I've had a problem with it for years. Ever since you black guys out there, and I will say, yeah.
Wow.
No, you lot let Miley Cyrus into the culture, and I hate you for it.
Wow.
And when you let Miley say, I invented twerking, and no one checked her. Why did she get checked, man?
The thing is,
No one of you checked her, damn it. Talking about I invent, and then Kanye in a damn sunken place talking about, oh, I love my wife, and letting her get away with her nonsense. Why are you not checking these people, man?
I agree
Nah,
with you that we
vex, bro. Check these people.
I'm upset.
I am. No, because
Can't go 50-50 with no hoe.
Bro, if I was to say my name is Mr. Nakamura and I tried to go and be part of the triads, do you think that's ever going to be allowed? If I was to go on Japanese or Chinese TV and imitating someone of Chinese notoriety or Japanese notoriety, do you think they would allow me? Or
But
do you think
fam-
it would get any airtime?
but fam,
we are all guilty of it.
Yeah, we've created our own problem.
Yeah, you see a black girl in a club whining, you're like, yeah, that's nice shape. And I know this don't apply to you because I know your opinions, but the majority of people will see a white girl or a girl of another culture whining just like a black girl will, and she'll get more attention, will she not? Because that right there is something different from the norm. And they're culturally
But the thing
appropriating
is,
when we allow it.
But we've created this whole system.
I haven't. You have.
No. But I'm not gonna lie. Like, we've created this system where we're accepting of people putting our negatives out there and kind of inviting people to relish in that with us. So, for example, the use of the N word in music.
I was gonna swear
People,
World Star. People like World Star.
yeah.
I'm putting my finger up.
Yeah.
World Star.
The problem. That's
Just
why
sit on it.
I've had a big problem from day with them we used to get down at Catford Broadway Theatre and all them kind of stuff. Them Yardie plays. And it's stupid. Like, it's basically black people going on the stage and acting stupid and cussing each other and making each other look bad. I used to
Well,
when I
like
said
the Blue Mountain Productions and Oliver and them.
all of them things.
You didn't
bruv.
like them.
No, I used to hate it. Wow. Because for me, there's so many different ways that you can portray black people.
It's
And
comedy,
for-
bro.
No, I hear you, but the thing is, if
That's
all,
totally different to world stuff.
no. But fam, all we're doing is comedy. We're not doing at that point. Fair dues is getting kind of
Fam,
different
what do you
now.
expect them to do in the theatre?
No,
These men ain't doing Bodyguard and Aladdin. Bro.
no, but what I'm saying.
Hey.
No, but fam, what I'm saying to you is that's
I
all.
wanted to do Nancy the Spider, bro.
But fam, no, but bro, real talk.
Blind mice. What we say?
Don't. Hold on, did we not say that every time he does the accent again, he's got to pay up?
That's
That wasn't
true,
me.
that's a
All right,
plan.
no, I forgot. Sorry. All right, from now, no more. All right, this is the retirement of my Jamaican accent. It's a sad day. Can we have a moment of silence? Hold on.
I hope so.
Okay, it's the end. Go on. Cool. I've
So-
cleansed my body of it now.
No, like on a real, I feel like there's so much more to black culture than us making ourselves look like idiots.
Of course.
And all that we were doing at that time is making ourselves look like idiots. And the thing that bothered me is black people going there and laughing, all that kind of stuff. And I can kind of get that a blind because you got internal jokes and all that kind of stuff. But white people are going there and buying the tickets and sitting down and literally laughing at this stereotype that they have, and we're now reinforcing on the stage in that we're stupid. We're not
comedy,
we're not
bro.
intelligent. No, I hear what you're saying, fam.
Like it's.
But it's not. But if that's all
the
you're
thing
offering,
is-
for example,
But that's not all we're offering. That's just one piece of it.
no, but that's all we were offering at the time, fam. What else was there?
There's in the whole world. That's all we're offering.
No, I'm talking about in terms of things that white people would engage in, and see.
White people can't do comedy, bro.
No, you don't understand what I'm saying. White people do comedy. White people don't make it.
That's
comedy.
wild.
White people got bet, and there's a couple of white comedians that's jokes.
That's
still,
wild.
I'm not gonna lie.
Give me 5 dope stand-up white artists, comedy artists.
I don't watch comedy like
Comedians.
that, but white comedies I've
Yeah,
seen.
you know what?
White comedians I've seen, they are funny.
Give me top 5. Top 5 white
I don't
comedians.
watch white comedians like that.
What's the brother that was with that done the film with Richard Pryor? What's his name? White dude.
I'll wait.
I can't remember his name. I can't
I'm
remember
just
his name.
waiting.
No, but at the same time, you could ask me about 5 black comedians.
And you couldn't give me 5.
No.
Lies.
Tucker.
That's a lie. That's a
Nah,
lie.
yeah,
That's
that
a
is
lie.
a lie
That's a
still.
lie.
That is
All right.
That's a
I
lie.
can't give you 5.
You couldn't give man Bernie Mac,
Bernie Mac,
Cat Williams,
Cat Williams,
Cedric the Entertainer.
Cedric the Entertainer.
You could even say Kevin Hart if you wanted to.
Mm.
You could go back to Richard Pryor. I ain't even
Richard
say man
Pryor.
like Eddie Murphy. Are you for real?
I could.
Get out of
I
here,
could.
man.
Exactly.
But
You
listen,
tried it. You
Get
tried
out
it.
of
You
here.
tried it.
My
You tried
culture-
it.
Dave
You tried it.
Chappelle. Are you
Yeah, no,
mad?
Dave Chappelle's my
Man,
favorite.
Nah,
man,
nah.
Dave Chappelle's my favorite.
But you
that.
can't do that when it comes to white comedians.
Yeah, because we're not white. That's what I'm trying to say to you. So our jokes aren't going to, or what we find funny is not going to be related
the problem-
by white people.
but
They're
the
not going to be
problem-
talking about being late to work.
No,
and
but
stuff
the
like that.
but the problem I
don't joke about having
had
good
with
credit.
that kind of stuff. The problem I had with that stuff, yeah. The problem I had with that stuff is that
So
white
Sally.
people would come and watch that, and it would reinforce their stereotypes that they already have of
that's
us.
happening without them guys
happening
doing the
everywhere.
comedians.
But why are we reinforcing it?
No, but that's happening everywhere.
That's just
because you
it.
don't think there's white comedians that black people go to laugh at white comedians poking fun at themselves.
Of course, the thing is, like
happens
the
everywhere.
Blue Mountain production, that's not the only type of comedy skits that
Why
they
is
do.
it called Blue Mountain, by the way?
I really don't know.
Is that Viagra or something?
No,
don't
Blue
know.
Mountain it's the mountain in Jamaica, fam.
Oh, I didn't know. Sorry, I don't know.
That's why you're not allowed to use the accent because you don't know stuff like that. Shush.
Where's Portmore?
It's
In Jamaica.
Yeah, cool. What side? East or west?
Wow, that's not how it works. That's not how it
I'm asking.
Man
you a
didn't even
question.
say parishes. Man said East.
Yeah, I said East or west. Where is it? Where is it?
Like this ain't America, you know. East Coast and West Coast.
No, I said, is it east? Is it on the east or is it on the west of Jamaica?
Oh my god.
How far is Nigeria from Ghana?
Not too far.
That's not even. Like, you can drive there, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mad. That's what I'm doing. Can do both.
Anyway, so what about like lip injections and stuff? All of that the same as butt injections for you.
Again, for me, it depends on the field that you're in. And even then,
So if you got them DSLs, it's cool.
And
even then, I do feel like a lot of these. Okay, look, a lot of these young girls, they do it because their favorite celebrity does it, and then to me, their favorite
Jenner fooled
celebrity
you.
does it because they're trying to be like black women. They're trying to take what we've got. So yeah, I guess it is.
it is cultural
It is.
appropriation.
But no,
Legalizing weed is
cultural.
cultural appropriation.
Oh no! You know what I saw
It
the
is.
other day? No. What
It
I saw
is.
the other day, and I 1,000,000% agree with the person who tweeted it. It's like it's hard to be in support of white women who are saying that cannabis fueled exercises are good when your cousin is doing life in a jail
Yeah.
And that just resonated with me
Yeah.
so much.
You've now legalized this thing. You've realized, okay, you know
Because
what?
white people wanted
These
to.
black people were right the whole time, but leave them rotting in prison. Literally.
It's wild, bro.
Literally. That's literally the case.
Listen, I just want to
If
say
that's
I
not
do love white people. I know. I listen.
If that's not
but
cultural
that was some messed
appropriation,
up stuff right there. I'm not gonna lie to you.
fam, it's mad, bro.
But can
It's
we
mad.
culturally appropriate? Like
No.
on the black side, we can't.
Anything we do, it's not, because the problem
Wow.
is
that's wild right there.
why.
But-
All we have left is our culture, fam. They took everything else. So for them to take that back is that what?
So you don't think we have anything else?
What culture do they have?
No, they
Fish and chips.
Yeah, I'll be real with you. Yeah, white
And
people,
mushy
they
peas.
don't have culture, bro.
They-
Fish and chips and mushy peas.
No.
They don't.
No, no, no.
They
And
don't.
and lager,
Don't agree.
Stella.
Don't
Okay,
agree.
what's their
Don't
culture
agree.
then? Tell me, please.
Their culture is everything that they do without us.
So
That's
fish
their
and
culture.
chips, mushy peas.
That's not just their culture, bro.
Claim benefits. Like.
Let it be known I am Super J and Mike's made those comments.
I didn't say that.
Man said claim.
This is a big rich town.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah. No, I'm not even gonna say that. That's we're on air. We'll talk about that.
Nah, white people have a culture, man.
Tell me what it is then.
Deep frying Snickers bars or Mars bars up in Scotland. That's white people culture right there, fam.
Wait, so
Battered Mars bar.
3 lines on a shirt.
the pub is a culture. That's a culture, right?
They can have that.
Fam, I'm not gonna lie, yeah. Nah, yeah, I can say it. I went on a job the other day, yeah. It wasn't in this country.
Yeah.
Went abroad for a gig, and I was with a team, and the entire team was white. We went searching for a pub, yeah, in this foreign country. Found the bar and sat down. And you know what I'm like, all right, cool, we're here. So now the entertainment starts. And we just sat there. And they were drinking beers. And then they went and got more beers. And then I do not understand pub culture. Not one piece.
Yeah.
It's not culture. What is it?
No, it's not culture to you.
It's killing time.
It's not culture to you. This is what we have to understand. We can't be
Okay, what is
narrow-minded.
culture? What is culture?
It's Cardi B's kid. It is Cardi B's kid.
I'm not even giving you a sound effect.
Don't give me one, because you're a hater.
No.
Culture spelled with a C.
Okay, what is? Thank you for being. Thank you.
Did
For
she spell
being
it with a K?
more
I think they
specific.
do.
Yeah, it is.
I
a
think
K.
they do.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you for being more specific. Culture is something.
Can I just make
I
a
was about
request?
to answer, but go on.
No, I want you to answer. I just
I
want to
don't.
make. I just want to make a request to everybody listening. If you're intelligent, please try and get famous, because we need some intelligent people that are famous. Because right now the pool is just all messed up.
That goes back to social media world, but that's a whole nother.
Yeah. So sorry, okay, go on.
What was the question again? Sorry, because you.
What is culture?
What is
What
culture?
is culture?
Culture is something that might have been passed down through generations. You know what?
Give me the elevator pitch.
Give
Give me the elevator pitch to culture.
No,
Because for me,
no.
culture
Let's
is
get the legit
culture.
definition
Culture
there.
is lifestyle that represents a background of a group of people.
Culture, the ideas, customs, and social behavior of a particular people or society. That is
Okay.
what culture is.
Give me that for white people.
The pub. I'm trying to tell you this,
So
but it's not just the pub. I'm not even discrediting white people, but that is a big part of their culture. Like the pub.
You know what is part of their culture?
the fox
Teeth and
and-
things from black people.
I can't even.
We
argue.
said we were gonna be off the fence,
I
but
can't
I'm not even supporting that. That's Mike's and
I
Super
can't
J.
even argue with you, fam. I can't even argue with you.
Where in instances in history that may be true, you have to. No, it's
Robin
definitely
Thicke,
true.
man tried to steal soul.
Oh my.
Tried to steal slow jams.
All right, you know what? It's Justin Timberlake then.
What cultural appropriation? The thing is, let me just make this point.
Yeah, let me hear you,
Let
because
me
I'm
make
gonna
this
get
point.
comfortable right now.
Let
Go
me make
on.
this point.
Let me hear.
And
Go
Big
on.
Nasty made the same point. I agree with him 100%. Yeah.
Go on.
If you've grown up, because I think it's gone deeper now than black. If I'm honest with you, yeah. So as much as we're saying black, it's gone deeper. Like
Yeah.
I've got people around me that are white, but I feel as though they're still part of my culture because they were raised very,
I hear you.
very ingrained within the culture. Like they didn't have no escape. They were same conditions. Like, do you understand? Like if you've grown up in the state and you're just in that, you're around black people. Like that's your culture.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So I won't argue with that, like at all. So some people, that's their culture. If you
So like
grew
white
up,
yardie.
yeah, to a
No,
degree.
but he's born and grown in Jamaica.
That's what I'm saying. So that's
yeah.
so that's your culture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's beyond black and white.
Okay, yeah.
Do you understand? So there are some instances where that is that's my man, innit? You understand that?
Yeah.
That's expected. But there are also a lot of instances where this is not your culture.
Yeah, when you got man like tug of war, bro. Like, come on.
See, I was about to do the song and I can't even do that now because I banned it.
What's the one that went on? I was so offended. The one that went on X Factor. The girl. Something G. What's her name?
Honey G.
Honey G. Fam,
Come
I was so offended, you
Come
know.
on, bro. Come on.
But I was so
She
offended.
ain't spent one day in the hood.
I was outraged, fam.
The gold chain.
I was outraged. I was outraged. Like, not even on a laughing thing. I was offended.
Well, she watched two NWA documentaries and that was it.
Fam,
bro.
that's what I'm saying. Like, it's disgusting, but that's what people are putting forward.
Question then, what's our culture?
What's our culture?
Everything.
Music, rhythm, spices, flavor,
Yes. Diamonds,
Colour.
gold, everything. Wakanda.
cleanliness. Like, everything. Medicine.
You know what I mean?
Look how much...
Sound system.
Hey!
Listen.
Lakewood means rewind, a gunshot
Listen.
means forward. You requested it, so we whack.
Tell them again. See the culture there? Trust me.
So you don't really think white people have no culture? Really?
So, you see Red Bull Sound Clash, yeah?
Yep.
What would you call that?
That's culture.
But it's a white people that are putting it on, but the black people are killing it.
I would say the thing is there are some entities out there that I think do a lot for certain cultures. So I've got a lot of respect for Red Bull and what they do because like beyond the drink stuff that I don't drink, I don't like it. A lot of the stuff that they do for music and a lot of the stuff they do for those kind of things.
Yeah.
Like I love the culture clash idea. I really want them to bring it back 'cause I didn't get to go to the last ones.
If it happens, we gotta go.
Yeah, 100%. Like I'm desperate for them to do it again.
Yeah.
Because that's what I grew up around. So, but I never got to experience it on that kind of level.
Bro, what's the white person's equivalent of a sound clash? Like on the real, yeah.
Bruv, hey. You know what?
What's the equivalent?
I'm gonna test you, man. Yeah,
What,
This
the
make-
box, the box, flipping from music channel to music.
Fam, I'm gonna test you, man. Do you remember? There was a party on Ends. Yeah, I'm gonna mouth the name of the person because I'm sure both of you lot went. That
Was
went
this
to
in,
our school
Downham?
in Bellingham.
The time when we jumped the cab, is it that one?
I don't remember.
And we got served pizza, oven pizza.
Yeah, and it was. Do you remember the song that got played?
No. What was the song?
It wasn't Barbie, was it?
I'm gonna have to swear, but I want it to be a thing that I'm not paying for to display.
You don't have to swear.
No, but you have to. I have to. But it's not it's not a bad swear word. So if you
Still a
don't allow
swear
me,
word, bro.
if you don't allow me,
You can bleep it.
Yeah.
you're. Do you not remember this?
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, for
You're
right.
gonna
I
have to
know what
swear.
that You're a.
I think so.
And
I remember
bruv,
the party though.
Bruv, they wheeled it up. Like the white people wheeled it up. That was a
Imagine
rhythm
that.
for them.
Imagine going to Arabia and they're wheeling up wombles, fam. But it's not even a dance; it's a disco.
Fam, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, yeah. I'm sorry. White culture has been appropriated.
I do love
from
white
every
people, by
corner
the
of
way.
globe. Like, I ain't got no problem with them. Just stop stealing my stuff.
Yeah, for real.
Stop stealing and my people.
Literally.
Let my people go.
I know this is a bit off topic here, but can we? So you see that I was saying that stop stealing our things, yeah.
Yeah.
When it comes to relationships, do you think we're to blame for that?
What, interracial relationships? To a degree.
Yeah.
There are some, cause there are some things like we've been trying to appropriate good credit, but it's difficult. White people got that, so
Safe, man.
Like obviously, I know people have their preferences. So there's some black women out there and some black men that do just prefer white people. I get that.
yeah,
But I feel like a lot of them are just doing it because I'm fed up with my
Yeah.
own race.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go see what it's like.
I
on
hear,
that
but
side.
I hear a lot of it. I
Yeah.
hear a lot of
Jungle
it. still.
Fever.
I hear a lot of it. Like, wow. I hear a lot
There's a
of it.
movie about it. That's why I
Panda.
referenced it.
Mm.
What'd you say?
Panda.
Panda. Nah, no, you're a mess. You know, you are a mess. Nah, you know what? As I've grown, I've realized that love is love. Like preferences, they happen. Like
No, of course, of course.
it might be that you've had. You know what I can't stand, and I'm not going to spend too long on this. But there's one person that's had one experience of one black guy, and it's like, oh, I'm done with black guys. All of them are the same, and it's like, nah, because you haven't dated all of the black guys to come to that opinion.
Yeah.
But I feel like, you know, like we didn't speak about Rachel Dolezal, someone like that.
Who's that?
Rachel Dolezal. So
Did
she
she
was
actually change her ethnicity or something like that? Did she legally try and change
She
it?
left it out. I think she said other. So she basically was a white woman who has 2 white parents, and basically she became the president of, I can't remember off the top of my head, she became the president of a club basically supporting black women, and so she was trying to insinuate that she was black. And then whenever they asked her a question like, but your parents are white, are you black? She was like, it doesn't matter.
See, she's full of cause, and I rate that. But take a back seat, let someone else lead it.
Question, actually, then, do you think, somebody asked me this the other day, actually, do you think white people they can sympathize, but they can't empathize? So you can feel sorry for me, but you'll never know how it is.
I feel, yeah, they can. They can. They can
But
feel sorry
no,
for
but
it.
they can't say,
They
I
can't-
feel for you, like I know how
Yeah,
it
like
is.
no, you can never say I understand what it's like. Like, you know, go sit in your car and get shot by the police and tell me what it feels like, innit? Like you can't do that.
True, man.
Bro, this is how bad it was, yeah. When we was younger and in school, I used to get some white boys to hand out my CV just so I could get an interview. And to say my whole name, you could kind of say I'm a white guy. I used to do that. Because anytime I used to go hand out my CV, I used to get air. I used to turn up to interviews. They look at me like, huh? It's like, you didn't hand this in.
Bruv, my first job was a hookup.
I thought
you
you were
was
gonna
a
say
hooker.
Yeah.
I was swinging that booty. Booty. What's the club in life?
Which one?
Oh,
Like jiggling, jiggling, the boom, 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 jiggling, jiggling. Boom, boom.
Boom, boom,
Oh,
boom.
man.
No. So my first job was a hookup. So
Yeah.
I was doing Marks and Spencers.
Yeah.
But 'cause I knew someone that worked in there, a family member, so they got me up. My first career job, same kind of thing. Like I was searching around, and it was through a family member that knew a place that I could get into.
Yeah.
It's only. Yeah, it was only after that, because I had experience, that I was able to start back, like take a few jumps back in that same career to get another job, and that's the first one that no one didn't know me. So yeah, it's hard, fam. It's hard out there.
Bro, you know what I'm gonna start doing from now on? When I'm on the train, when the white woman sits next to me, I'm gonna grab my bag.
Oh yes,
Flip it back on them.
I'm gonna grab my bag and look at her.
Yes, yes,
Flip it back on them.
Like, trust me.
yes,
Trust me.
fam.
Do you think like fake tan is cultural appropriation?
If
I'm
you're
not gonna lie,
honest about it, no. 'Cause
Some people look
it's not.
tangoed though. Some people look tangoed, which is a
that's cool.
problem.
They just don't know
Yeah,
black.
but
They look
that's-
orange. That's fine.
It's either tango or lobster. Like they got two. They got two, there's two shades, fam. There's two shades.
I'm going. I'm done. Tango or lobster? Nah.
What would you prefer, sir?
Nah. that is so ridiculous.
I can't lie though. I love it when they want to get a tan.
Do you?
Yeah, because it just shows me how bad you want to be black.
Yeah,
Like how
yeah.
desperate
You want to be
are.
black until it's time to be black.
There you go, until you get a shot in your head.
Yeah, it's true.
Until you need that
That
mortgage.
credit. You know what I mean?
I would say black culture obviously is one of the leading cultures, but
One off
yeah.
probably is the leader.
And I
No,
just
where
want to
we
make
are,
a point
where
as
we
well.
are.
Yeah.
In the Western world it is, but obviously in some places
Okay.
in the Eastern
Yes.
Europe it's not. Like you can go to Poland or you could go to
I hear
those
you.
places. Black people aren't getting love out there.
No.
Oh, you know what used to wind me up actually? Where I went to uni, it was mad. There was a notorious Asian population, like demographic that hated black people, but anytime they came past in the car, it was black music, and I was just like, this just makes no sense to me whatsoever.
Because the thing is, there's it's almost like a history.
No, but at least ride around to Gin then.
No.
Ride around to Gin.
Gin was bad.
Gin was
bad. Hey.
He signed to Rough Riders at one point.
Yeah, he
Gin
was hard.
bad. You know, I got confused. Because I thought Gin was the brother on Wild and Out. Because
He was on Wild 'N Out. He did go to Wild 'N Out.
No. He's talking about the other guy. I know you're talking
Yeah,
about.
Oh,
you know-
the other Chinese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we trying to say the who's looking like.
No, I
mad.
definitely didn't.
because we were spitting and because
Jun Tao!
Bruce Lee, mad. Bruce Lee, way. What's that movie?
I said Jun Tao. Go away. No.
That was K, by the way.
So
Nah, it
young,
wasn't me.
so young.
Wow.
So yeah, oh mad. So no, I got love for them though. Yeah, man. Sweet and sour tofu is wavy. Yeah. So no, it's mad. It's mad, bruv. Like there's so many different levels of it.
Jun Tao, come back! Nah, that movie, Rush Hour, is one of my favorite movies
Rush Hour
of all
is
time.
mad. He ain't gonna be in Rush Hour 3. That's like one of the best. That's one of the best.
Rush Hour 2 is my favorite though.
Yeah. Which? Remind
Rush Hour
me.
2.
What?
That's when they go to Tokyo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was wavy stuff.
Do you know what can cultural appropriation happen in movies then? So with certain roles. So you see how like you
Yes,
have
and it makes me sick. Got Exodus.
what happened in
Exodus, Gods and Kings.
I ain't seen it.
You ain't okay. So basically, it's Christian Bale being Moses. Yeah, in Egypt. You're Egyptian.
Oh, question then. Jesus as a white man.
Who was a white man?
So that's cultural appropriation from white
Of
people.
course, every church appropriated on a mad level, fam.
Yeah.
God ain't white. If he well, their God ain't white. Whoever, if you so believe in it, like.
Do you reckon religion was created to, or Christianity was created to keep the slaves?
It's a fact, but it's
in
a fact
place.
that it's a fact that Christianity is a level of control, which is why I'm not really on that kind of stuff. Like if you look at how many times it's been revised and changed and all this kind of stuff throughout the ages to literally control people. When in the Babylonian times, when Constantine took over Babylon, he rewrote the Bible to incorporate the city was split between Christians and pagans, and they weren't getting on. When I say pagan, people that are worshipping paganism, so the sun god Tammuz and all that kind of stuff, and they were arguing, and he couldn't get control because he could control one, but you lose control of the other. So he sat down and rewrote the Bible to incorporate things that the pagan people would be happy with. So Easter, them kind of things, going to church on a Sunday, etc., because they used to worship on a Sunday, even though the Sabbath is Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday. And incorporated stuff to keep the Christians happy. So the Bible, the King James version that people all go out of their way about, like, which was even made in a race with the Vatican, because when the English translation was going to come, 1609, the Douay version is the first English.
This guy dropping that.
No, the first English translation of the Bible was the Douay version, which was done by the Vatican, because when they heard that King James was translating, they were like, no, we should be the first people to do it. But if you go through them, there's different things. There's more books in the Douay Bible. So you got Maccabees and all this kind of stuff that's in that one.
I encourage you to read.
Like there's so much stuff, which is why when you look at it, like, no, it's all
And
a
that's
farce.
what white people do that we don't.
It's all a farce. Like you can't, it don't make no sense, fam. It don't make, and it's so contradictory anyway. And then you add more books in it. Like, no, it's
Eminem cultural appropriation?
Nah, man, he's from the slums, man.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if this is legit your culture,
Not to say that's where we all come from, but
yeah,
he comes from. Yeah,
No, you had to verify that
I
real
had to.
quick.
No, that's not where black people are known for coming from. But he came from an area where he was surrounded by that culture. So
Yeah.
that's all he knew.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Man didn't know pubs.
So it's more like your people now who are popular in Brixton, those outside people who, would make that Made in Brixton show. And they're like, you're not really from there. You've moved there for maybe a month or so, and now you think that you're the belle of the ball.
Yeah, no. That don't. And so, can I just make a quick point on what I was saying about the Bible stuff? If anybody's listening and thinks I'm wrong or has a fact for me and stuff like that, I'm totally open to it. Because obviously, when it comes to that kind of stuff, it's almost impossible to be certain. Do you understand? Just from my studying and from what I've looked into, this is the understanding that I have. If you've got more knowledge for me or you want to argue, at me, innit? We'll talk.
Cool.
Come on the show.
No, straight. Like I'm
we'll
saying
do
that
a
from
topic
a real place.
We're due a religion topic still.
Yeah, I'm not drinking for that one. Still, it'd be messy. So, yeah.
Mom, I love you.
P.O.P.
P.O.P.
Hold it down.
Nah, if cultural appropriation for me, it I think we've discussed it quite in depth. But the thing is, we have to be careful that we don't. I think what you said earlier, Max, was true. We don't just throw the race card at everything. 'Cause sometimes I feel like we're Yu-Gi-Oh, bruv. It's just every instant. It's like, and I'm playing this card.
Yeah.
Like there's some instances where it's like, no.
The thing is,
But
though,
like I think sometimes we don't help ourselves. When you, like, for instance, and one thing that really bothers me from the profession that some of my friends work in and whatnot, the name of your children is important. Now, I know that you have your freedom. So how do you feel about a white girl called Shaniqua? Are you angry at that?
no, she's just gonna struggle.
Why is she going to struggle?
Unemployment's a mad thing, fam. Like, it's gonna be mad. It's gonna be mad. Why are you making that face? Like, no, I don't. Again, if you're in that culture, like, for example, if you're a white kid, and you've been raised your entire life, say for example, say you're a white kid, you're an orphan or whatever, or you never really resonated with your family, so you kind of grew up with the family next door, and that family happened to be Chinese or happened to be African or whatever. Like, I'm not gonna look at you wrong if when you have a child, you call your child a Chinese name or an African name, because that's the culture that you were raised in. Do you understand? So if Susan was raised by, like, in a household where her best friend was whatever, like Dwayne and like all them kind of things, I can't hate on you for that. But as you said, just know the choice that you're making, because there's certain things that are like, I love African names, and I love names with meaning.
Here's where comes the cool and gone.
No, I love names with meaning. Like, if you can come to me and say, yeah, look, my name is so and so, and it means this in Swahili, or it means this in this, or Orisha, or whatever, I'm down. Like, I rate that 100%. If you come to me and you say, yeah, I did this because it sounded nice and it's a mashup of my name and my partner's name, and I'm not really on it. Like, I'm not gonna look at you like you've got sense. And that's just my opinion. And, like, there's people in my family that I love very dearly that have done it. Do you understand? And I don't look at
Just with the remix name.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where it's your choice. It's your choice, but just know what you're setting your child up for. Like, you'd be better served with either finding something with an actual meaning that means something to you, not just make something up because it sounds nice. That's like it's worse than getting a tattoo that you haven't thought through, because that child's got to wear it for their entire life. That's it. Unless you do the whole Jamaican thing where you just take a random middle name or just a random name. Like, you know the one.
give them
What
a
are
pet
some
name.
Jamaican middle names?
Fam, huh?
What are some Jamaican middle names?
I don't think you have Jamaican middle
I was
names.
just about to
Middle
throw
names
my
is
middle name out
something
there on
that-
air, you know.
Oi,
Man,
Yeah, I don't think.
Leonard is one. I know that for sure.
that's a first name.
But anyone could have a middle name, bro. Like,
No, but I'm
anything.
saying is there some prime Jamaican ones? Like,
For a middle name, no,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No,
Not
no,
for a
no.
middle name.
you saying?
That's man's first name, though.
Yeah, you
He's
get
just trying to send.
No, I wasn't.
Because I could do madness on you right
No,
now.
obviously.
Pause.
Obviously. Wow. Yeah, definitely pause.
Wow.
Definitely
Okay. Okay.
Rewind. Not come back.
Hey, yeah, no. It's a mad one still. So you need to. I don't see that as appropriation. I don't think you can appropriate someone's culture if it's the culture that you've been raised in. But if it's something that you've been looking at from the outskirts and you're just like, oh yeah, that's nice. And
So what
But
about these
then-
grime fans then? These Stormzy grime fans, like, and shout out Storms because Storms, you're that guy. These Stormzy grime fans, because he has to go and perform in these places which aren't necessarily like he performs in the places where you have your kids of suburbia, and then they obviously feel a certain way, like resonating with his
like,
music.
don't get
and then they
twisted.
want
Some people just like the sound of music, and some people do just jump on waves because it's something that's attractive to them. So certain kids that have been mollycoddled in certain have been mollycoddled in their lifestyle. So the whole idea of getting that gritty side through an MP3, it's safe for them. They want to indulge in that. Do you understand? Like, they could never handle the real stuff, which is fine. as long as you're paying the streams and the PRS and stuff and paying my dude, it's cool. Do your
So
thing.
when you say that if the person was raised in that culture,
Yeah.
then you wouldn't really see it as cultural appropriation. But what if they have been raised in that culture, and they also know how far they can get because of their skin color, and then they abuse,
Like
their
Slim
power.
Jesus. Slim Jesus.
Well, they abuse their power because of their skin color to get somewhere, and then they are not giving back to the community that they came from. What would you call that?
What do you feel about
Because
that?
what's the word that Dame
That's
Dash
just
always uses?
Culture vulture.
Because then that's what you are basically.
Yeah, I mean, if it depends. Like, for me, if you saying culture vulture, to me that's more someone who hasn't been part of the culture, hasn't come from there,
And they just come in and
and
take their
has
snapshot.
come in and then rose to the top and not really helping nobody. So if
I
you're
feel like it's anybody that takes from the culture and doesn't give back.
yeah, I mean, you could even say people doing blackface is a culture vulture because you're trying it. Like you're trying to.
We're trying to snip apart the culture. I don't know. I think that's just
Because-
offensive.
because
I'm
the-
not
because
going to
the
call it a culture vulture
Yeah.
because that's not part of our culture.
Yeah, because the example that you gave, I would
Or it
see
is
that
if you
as
look
more
back,
as, I would see that more of a sellout because you're from the culture. You're just not doing
I
nothing
hear
for the
you.
culture.
I
I
hear
would
you.
see that more of a sellout.
Okay.
So you were from here, and now you've gone and you're bougie, and you forget. And don't get twisted. Like I've got no issue with people trying to get out the hood. Like there's no reason why you should have to live.
Do you feel like so with you saying that, do you feel like whether you're black or white, that once you make it to a certain level, you should always have some view in your head that you must give back to the community that you came from?
I don't think. I think.
Okay, I'm going
if
to let you
the-
go for that one. Go on.
I think if the opportunity arises
Mhm.
for you to give back, you should.
Okay.
But if the opportunity doesn't arise, you can't
No, of course.
compromise yourself to give back and then end up with nothing. Like, I've seen it. I've seen people that, like for example, what I'm doing. So I'm a sound engineer and I DJ.
Yeah,
There's-
yeah.
Yeah, so thank you. There's stuff that I can bring people in on,
Yeah.
but there's stuff that I can't. And I've worked very hard to get to where I am, and I've still got a very long journey ahead of me. Do you understand? And yeah, when there are opportunities for me to bring people in, I certainly will because I want everybody to prosper.
But even, I mean, more like with charities and helping out with schools and stuff like that.
So the thing-
And because my thing is,
But what
if
if
you
the
come
area
from,
didn't give you nothing?
well,
What if it
maybe.
gave you experiences that you didn't like? Why do you have to give back?
because
But
for me,
then-
you don't have to give back to the area. It's about helping people. Like I'm very much kind of feel like you should help people.
So what if you made it off your own? No one wanted to help you. Everyone clowned you. You made it, and now people were like, "Oh, you came from here. You should give back."
You know,
I ain't giving back
No,
nada.
you don't owe nobody nothing.
Zero.
You don't owe nobody nothing, 100%. And I carry that same mentality. I don't owe no one nothing. But there are people that I want to help, not because I owe them. And if they were different, if they were expecting my help, I probably wouldn't help them.
see, I'd feel like for where I've come from, or where I came from, where I still am, I guess, is that once I get to a certain position, I would love to have little pockets in my community where I can give things that wasn't there for me at the time.
Pockets of Wakanda.
Yeah, no, I hear you, 100%. Yeah,
And I feel like that's how we eventually get to the whole Wakanda thing.
yeah, I agree with you 100%. But in the same sense, there's no point in you making it. Say, for example, the road to where you want to get to is 100 steps. There's no point in you doing 20 and then saying, "Ah, cool, let me give back," and then
No, of
jumping back to
course.
step 5.
You have to do all your steps first.
Yeah, 100%. But people
Of
don't
course.
appreciate that because they see you on your journey. They think it's overnight, and then they're like, "Oh, you ain't doing nothing for."
Nah, shall I tell you why you're saying that? Because we're used to a particular type of people getting that type of those accusations thrown at them, and that's because we're looking at celebrities, and where they don't give back, they're spending it on stupidness. Do you know what I mean? They're spending it on cars that they don't need, jewelry that they don't need, strippers that they don't need to go and do it to,
But then,
and that's why they get
They're
those
funding the
accusations.
community by giving it to a stripper. They are.
But
no,
then-
no,
no, but
all
then-
jokes aside, because
but
where
then-
are those strippers from?
but then putting
Where are those strippers from?
ignoring that, But then
I don't know why you're ignoring it. Where are the strippers from? They're giving money to people of that community.
Strippers make money, so they may not be from that community no more. They may be up somewhere else bougie. Look at
Up
Cardi
Yeah,
south.
B.
but that's a process. But where are those strippers originally from? They've moved into areas in where they need to move.
So
out.
literally by what you're saying,
Okay, but
literally by what you're saying is okay. Go to strip clubs. Is that,
I'm not saying that, but you can understand why some people do it.
because that's what they're thinking.
That might be alongside with a side of fries.
Is that
and
what
a
you
side
think
of
when you
fries.
go? Is that what you thinking when you go?
Listen, I'm not a strip club regular. That might be someone else. So,
Okay, cool.
you know what? They might think I'm giving back to my community in a perverted way, but you know what? These people are from the same community.
So what I was gonna say to you is in relation to what you were just saying.
Stripper.
In relation to what you were just saying,
Buy you a
would these
drink.
people still be as idolized if they weren't doing those things? If they weren't buying cars that they didn't need and flashing the cash?
They
and all
would
that
be
kind of stuff?
idolized by other people, and then we'll be able to own the world.
Mm. Okay, that's interesting.
Far ruled the world.
They're not ready for that. They're scared. They're scared of that.
They're scared of what?
Us ruling the world. Us taking power.
Mm.
They're scared, man.
No, of course. That's why certain things are taking place.
And
Like
before
that,
people get
rooms and
upset, when I say
pearls.
they're scared, it doesn't necessarily mean it's the white man that's scared.
Yeah, and
But
that's
then
the,
again, most of
Shout
the people
out
in that type
Gaddafi.
of
and that's the thing as
Yeah,
well.
They
you
did
know.
my guy dirty, man.
There's so much. There's enough room for everybody. You know.
There's not.
No, there is.
There's not.
Not in terms of races. There's really not.
Bruv, just kick everybody
my
out of
lord.
Africa.
Is
We'll go back.
racism a culture?
Huh?
Yes, it is. Is racism a culture? I'll answer my own question. What do
Is
you lot think?
racism a culture? That's a good question, actually.
I
I'm not
know.
sure.
Thank you. I'm in my bag today.
Oh my gosh,
Max, what do you think? Is racism a culture?
it can be. I don't think it is for everybody that experiences it.
Part of white people's culture.
Mm. Yeah. I mean, there's the whole argument that black people can't be racist.
Yeah,
So
I've heard
That's
that
nonsense,
argument.
by the way.
Why is it nonsense?
Because black people.
We can
be
discriminate.
racist.
We can be
We can
prejudiced, but
discriminate, but we can't be racist.
How can we not be racist? Good lord.
Because
How?
they've never.
some
been
people
oppressed.
say racism is to do with power.
They've never been oppressed, and we're not in a position of power. So how can we be racist? Explain it to me. I'll wait.
So your ideology is flawed, and the reason why it's flawed is because racist terminologies imply that you can be racist. The same way the N word is used, if you are referring to a white person as the H word, which I won't use, is that not being racist? Yes or no?
It's not in the same mark. It's not in the same mark.
It doesn't matter. It's
It's
a
not in the
racist.
same
It's a
mark.
racist
Because-
terminology
because-
used to be
No,
racist to
no.
someone.
Because
This whole
me
argument
say-
of black people can't be racist, we need to stop that.
me say,
nonsense
me
as
say,
well.
no, I can no.
We need to stop that.
Black people can be offensive and we can be discriminatory, 100%.
You're talking about racism from
But-
a structural point of view, and I understand that. But racist terminologies exist. I'm not having that. We can't be racist just
Okay,
because because
racist-
we're on the perceived
race-
bottom of the totem pole. That's
Racist,
nonsense.
racist terminologies exist, okay, and they can be used.
Which
both
is
ways,
racism.
100%.
I win. Thank you.
But no, you don't. No, you don't.
Go on then. Prove
don't,
me
you
wrong.
don't, you don't,
Prove me
you
wrong.
don't,
I'm
you
gonna
don't.
type in racism while you're talking. Go on.
Oh my! So you're gonna ask white Google? All right, go for it.
All right. Where's Black Google?
We ain't got one yet. We trying.
Oh, so it's racist. We don't have
We
Black
trying.
Google.
We trying. No, I'm playing. No. We gotta create them things for ourselves. We gotta create them things for ourselves.
Racism, prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism directed against someone of a different race based on the belief that one's own race is superior. So you don't think that in certain situations where, for instance, you're in a black club, there's a white guy dancing offbeat, and you're like, look at that C word, or look at that H word. That's not racist. Tell me something, because you're in a position of power because you are around your own. That's not racist.
No, that's racist. That's racist.
So black people can be racist. My point exactly.
We can say racist things. We're not racist though.
What? Nah, come off of it. Come off. Nah, I will walk away, you know.
I'm playing.
I will walk. I will walk the plank, bruv. Nah, what?
I'm playing. Honestly, I'm playing.
Structurally racist in many positions, no, we cannot be because we are not in positions of power. Therefore, to look at someone's CV and dash it in the bin, like I know it happened to all of us before by looking at our names. That is definitely, we can't do that, no. But
No,
definitely
you know
in
what?
regards to derogatory terms,
But you know what?
go on.
I've seen that happen.
It's happened to me.
I was no, but from the other side. From the other.
Oh, so black people can be racist.
So I was
Oh, okay. It's interesting.
I was doing a job. I'm not gonna say who it was for, whatever. But it's a very, very, very popular black speaker. and I was gonna do the production for it and do the.
Is it Bill Cosby?
No.
Sorry.
Activist kind of thing. And I was gonna do the sound. I was doing the production basically. So I was putting sound engineers, lighting engineers, whatnot. And I got asked the question: are your engineers black or white?
Mad.
And from that point, I walked away. I was like, that's not a question you should need to ask me. I'm here to provide a service. You should ask me if they're good. What are their qualifications?
Yeah.
Who am I bringing on? Who's on my team? Do you understand? Don't ask me what race they are. So I was like, no.
Technically, there's only one race. I'm just putting it out there.
Okay.
That's the human
What
race.
background they are. No, I agree. What background they are. I agree.
Yeah. No, that shouldn't matter. And that is a sign of, that's what I'm saying. So I feel like as that it's our responsibility. You know what? We come out of the womb and we have no idea of colour. You know, that is a canvas that is painted for us. I think we need to be careful by saying black people can't be racist, because then you have the idea that we can be overtly offensive. Just
No.
because
I was being what's the word? The devil's advocate.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
I was being devil's advocate. I do
Okay,
agree.
yeah.
I do agree.
But
I agree that I don't agree that any of the words that we use or any of the things that we can say are anywhere as near.
no, they don't have the same
as
connotation.
venomous
No.
as the stuff that comes
No,
from
they
the
don't
other
have the
side,
same
100%.
connotation. 100%.
But yeah, I agree that, yeah.
So I think in closing, unless you lot have anything else to add, I think that, you know what, cultural appropriation is only going to get worse, I feel, with the addition of social media and its prevalence amongst us in 2018.
I think the way that the methods, the routes that we're going down now,
Yeah.
where we're being more proud of our culture and we're doing more and actively trying to take a hold and uplift
More
it.
for them to take, eh?
No. But by doing more and upholding it and all that kind of stuff, we have to stand up for ourselves. We have to stand up for ourselves. So what you lot were saying earlier about, oh yeah, like we're always playing the race card and stuff like that. You've got to do it. Do you understand? Like you have to do those things, because it's the little arguments that turn into the bigger arguments that turn into the bigger battles. And if we're losing it on the small footing, then we've got no foundation to stand for in terms of defense. We need to build each other up and defend ourselves viciously, because if you go to other communities and mention anything, you're being anti-Semitic. You're being all these kind of things. You understand?
Yeah.
So we need to be on the same level. They need to be scared to be doing stuff. So you see the thing that I was talking about with H&M. If it was a picture on the jumper that had something to do with the Jewish community, derogatory, they wouldn't even think about putting it out there, which is why I have the problem with it. Like, I agree with you that it's not that deep. It's not super offensive. And if they put it on a white kid and done the same picture, it wouldn't have got nowhere. But it's the fact that they put it on a black kid and did not even bat an eyelid at the connotations. They didn't care. They're not scared of us, fam, which is my problem. I think they need to be fearful of we are powerful, fam. We are powerful people. We have buying power. We just need to stick together, and stuff will start changing. Just be thinking about the greater good. That's my little 2 pence on there.
Yeah, man. Mike, you got anything to say?
No, I'm good, man. It's been a great episode.
It's been good. Listen, anybody who has an opinion, feedback, like I said, the thing that I was saying about the Bible, if you got different, correct, or the same information for me, if you agree with me, whatever, if you agree with anything that's been said, disagree with anything that's been said, we want to hear your opinion. We want to hear your thoughts. We want you to come, jump in the comments, jump in the DMs, let us know.
No sliding them, though.
No sliding, jump, dive in.
Go to Cabinio 006.
Nah, what?
Straight.
You trying to get me in trouble? Man.
That's the complaints department.
Yeah.
At Cabinio 006.
It's definitely at Mike's. Professor Mike's.
But yeah, no, honestly, jump in the
AKA Caramel Captain.
jump in the DMs. Leave comments on if you're listening via
Cabinio,
SoundCloud,
aka Super
YouTube,
Sperm.
all those kind of things. And yeah, we look forward to the next one.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you, none of us. Bless
We
it.
out.
OTF, baby.
Black Power.
Lakewood Main Street.
Yeah, yeah.